on the Trump-Vance line. You're on with George Conway.
Yeah, I'm a little bit disturbed about the double standards you're applying on what you're saying. For example, you dismissed Joe Biden's comments about calling all of Trump's supporters garbage, and that's what he said.
He did not say that, caller. He did not. He did not. He said that the racism, the disgusting comments about Hispanics were objection. I read the quote too, sir. You're just wrong, and I know you want to believe that's what he said. But by the way, he's not running for president. The other guy is.
Mark, did you want to respond?
To call Trump a fascist, calling his supporters fascist. I'm not a fascist. I'm a freedom-loving Republican. And for you to say that Trump supporters are fascist is just wrong.
I didn't say Trump supporters are fascist. I think they may be supporting a fascist. Sir, okay, I was a Republican from 1980 to 2018. Okay? I don't want to see a Republican Party led by a fascist, but he is a fascist. He cannot help but be a fascist. His personality disorders make him a fascist. He does not care about anyone else. He does not care about the rule of law. He does not care about justice. He does not care about right and wrong. He's a criminal. He's a convicted criminal, 34 counts. He stands charged with many other counts in which I really don't think he has much of a defense. He's an adjudicated sexual abuser found by a New York City jury, that included, frankly, people north of the city who were probably Republicans, unanimously found him liable for inserting his hand, in a physical assault, inserting his fingers in a woman's vagina, which the judge called rape. He is, by any colloquial standard, a rapist. Okay? He is a bad man. And why all of you out there seem to want to excuse him and pretend that reality is something other than what it is and what you want it to be is the problem. And I don't say that you're garbage because of that. I think you need to look in the mirror someday and start thinking about, is this man the man you want your children or your grandchildren to emulate?
On the garbage comment, the transcript sent by the White House has it as possessive and not plural. The statement, the only garbage I see floating out there is his supporters, apostrophe S. His demonization of Latinos is unconscionable and it's un-American. It's totally contrary to everything we've done, everything that we've been. Some debate over there since yesterday about whether it was plural or possessive, just to the caller's point of what he said.
Yeah, and I, as a conservative lawyer, I am a textualist, and you have to, part of the way you examine a text is you look at the entire sentence. Okay, and the entire sentence makes sense that there is a possessive there. When we speak, we do not say apostrophe, although Donald Trump has shown that he doesn't know what an apostrophe is, by the way.
If Donald Trump wins, what does that mean for you? And if Donald Trump loses on Tuesday, what does that mean for you?
Well, it doesn't really matter what it means to me. I think what it means to the country is scary if he wins. Personally, I'm probably going to do the same thing either way. It was never my intention to be on television, not even here, although I enjoy very much sitting here, and being a political advocate. And I think I'm going to write a book. I intend to write a book. I want to write a book to talk about the interplay between Trump's deep-seated psychological disorders and the public. How it is that somebody so manifestly unfit can gain the confidence of large segments of the public. This is something we've seen in other countries that have lost their democracy. And, I think, it's really a description about how Donald Trump represents the worst in us and brings out the worst in us. And it's going to be a bit of a, an academic book, because I've done a lot of reading, and I really want to do more reading about what political psychologists and historians have written about authoritarianism, and what psychiatrists and psychologists have written about malignant narcissism. And I want to try to connect it all. And then I want to draw lessons for the future for both America and the world, because one of the things we believed, and I believed and fooled myself into believing, is it couldn't happen here. And it almost happened here. It could yet happen here. We're going to find out in a few days. I'm hopeful that it will not happen here, the destruction of our democracy. But somehow we have, as the Republican nominee for president, a man who led an insurrection against the United States, and who tried to overturn the results of an election he lost, which is something, if you had ever, I never ever thought that would be something that was even within the realm of possibility in the United States of America. Yet by 2020, but even before the election of 2020, it began to dawn on my dense head that, wow, this is the guy who could and would do that. And he still would do that.
Jimbo, Bakersfield, California, on that line for